All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely massive for any apprentice project manager: quality. Honestly, it's the secret ingredient, right? It's what turns a project from just being done into a real, actual success. So today, we're gonna break down exactly what it means, how you can get great at it, and maybe most importantly, how you can prove it. Okay, let's get right into this.
You've been there, right? You hit the deadline, you tick the box, but you get that sinking feeling in your stomach. Your manager doesn't seem thrilled. You hear whispers about rework, and that high five you're expecting, it just never comes. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, trust me, you are not alone.
So, to really get to the bottom of this, I want you to meet Jody. She's a Level 4 Associate Project Manager Apprentice over at IBS Stores, and, well, she's about to walk straight into this exact conundrum. So, here's the situation. Jody just delivered a big marketing campaign, and on the surface, it was on time. But her manager, Riddle, is, let's just say, not happy. The whole campaign was just full of these tiny errors that needed constant fixing. And all that rework created a domino effect, pushing back other tasks that depended on it. So instead of building confidence, it just created doubt. And that's the classic showdown: finishing a task versus delivering actual quality. And Jody? She's completely lost. From her perspective, she did the main thing. She hit the deadline. She's asking herself, what does quality even mean then? It feels like this fuzzy, impossible target. And I bet a lot of you have felt that way. It's this exact confusion that sends her to find her mentor for some answers.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Her mentor, Adam, sees how confused she is, and he doesn't just throw a textbook at her. Nope. He cuts right through all the jargon with this simple, absolutely brilliant analogy. He tells her, Jody, think of project quality like you're baking a world-class cake.
Okay, so first things first, Adam defines what we're even talking about. He explains that in the world of project management, quality doesn't mean perfection. It's not about adding gold leaf to everything. It simply means being fit for purpose. It's about meeting the requirements you both agreed on at the very start. It's not about baking the fanciest cake in the world, it's about baking the exact cake the customer actually ordered and getting it right the first time.
So the first big idea Adam introduces is quality planning. Think about it. You'd never just start throwing flour and eggs into a bowl and hope for a cake, would you? Of course not. You start with a recipe. And that's exactly what quality planning is. It's your project's recipe. It's where you sit down and decide what the standards are, what the checks will be, and how you're going to make sure the final result is exactly what everyone expects.
And then you have the other side of the coin: quality control. And this is my favorite part of the analogy, because it makes so much sense. If planning is writing the recipe, then control is tasting the batter while you're mixing it. Is it sweet enough? Did I add enough vanilla? You check during the process, so you can fix things early, long before you have a disaster coming out of the oven.
So the crucial takeaway here is this beautifully simple three-step model Adam gives Jody. Step 1, define the cake. Figure out what the quality requirements actually are. Step 2, write the recipe. Create your quality plan. And step 3, taste as you go. Do your quality control checks along the way. Honestly, this simple process is the key to avoiding a soggy bottom project.
Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. Jody's armed with this new cake-baking mindset, and, what do you know? A new project lands on her desk, creating a new internal newsletter for everyone at IBS Stores.
So this time is different. She doesn't just jump in and start writing. Nope. She starts by defining the cake. She actually investigates where all the quality requirements are coming from. And she realizes it's not just about what her manager wants. It's also stuff like the internal company branding rules, data protection laws for employee info, and even best practices for making sure people actually read the thing.
Once she's got all those requirements, she creates a recipe. And for a project manager, that recipe is a quality register. Seriously, if you're an apprentice, this simple table is a total game changer. For every single requirement, she defines a clear, testable acceptance criteria, something like uses the approved corporate font and logo. Then, she decides exactly how and when it'll be checked. This little document is your proof that everyone agrees on what good looks like before you've even started.
And guess what? The newsletter project is a huge success. It's delivered right the first time, no frantic rework needed. But the job's not quite done. Now Jody has to turn this real-world win into powerful evidence for her portfolio. So she sits down with her coach, Olivia, to figure out the best way to do that. And Olivia gives her some golden advice. She explains that for the K25 standard on quality, assessors don't just want to see the shiny, finished newsletter. They want to see the thinking behind it. Good evidence isn't the final product. It's things like her quality register with notes on it, or maybe minutes from a meeting where they discussed quality, or even just a short reflection she wrote about what she learned.
And this right here is the absolute key takeaway Olivia gives here. The best evidence proves you understand that quality, time, and cost are all linked. You have to show that you get it. Cutting corners on quality isn't cheaper. It is always more expensive later because it just leads to rework, which burns through both your time and your money. All right, we're at the final hurdle, the endpoint assessment, or EPA, the big one. And Olivia helps Jody prep by showing her that her own journey, from that messy first campaign to the successful newsletter, is actually the perfect story to tell in her answers.
So imagine you're in the hot seat. Olivia throws her a typical question an assessor might start with. It sounds simple, but it's really designed to see if you get the big picture. So how do you think Jody should answer?
And Jody's answer? Bam. Perfect. It's short, it's confident. She says, quality prevents rework and protects against hidden costs and delays. It's what ensures we deliver real value, not just a finished task. See what she did there? She connected quality directly to value, cost, and time. She showed she understands the why.
Okay, next up. The assessor wants to see that you've actually done this stuff, not just read about it. This is where Jody's story becomes her strongest evidence.
And look how she answers. She goes straight to her example. She says, yes, on my newsletter project, I created a quality register that defined our acceptance criteria up front. And then, the killer line, this acted as our recipe, ensuring everyone knew what good looked like before work began. She's using the analogy, she's referencing a specific tool she made. That is a fantastic, evidence-backed answer.
And one more, to bring it all home. This is the question that tests if you really understand the full cycle, the difference between planning for quality and actually controlling it while the project is moving. And of course, she nails it. She says something like, we held regular reviews against our quality register. This was like tasting the batter, allowing us to catch and fix small issues before they became major problems. By linking her actions back to that tool and that analogy, she's showing a really deep, practical understanding. It's brilliant. So when you boil it all down, mastering project quality isn't about memorizing some complex theory. It's really about a simple shift in your mindset. It's about having a clear recipe and remembering to taste the batter as you go. It's all about turning that theory into practice. So, my question to you is, what's the very first quality check you're going to plan for your project tomorrow?